Is there anything better than arm day? And the answer is no. All right, guys and girls, we're here at Elite. It's Thursday, normally when I train legs, but I got a ridiculously deep tissue massage from Adrian at Hard Hands yesterday, and I woke up with my adductor and hamstring is just beat to shit from that. So quick audible, not a big deal. We just simply train back, and what I'm gonna do is put back in the middle, and then I'm just gonna flip the appendages, right? So instead of doing legs on Thursday, I'm gonna do legs on Saturday. Instead of doing arms on Saturday, I'm doing arms today on Thursday. So that is the biggest thing that I can't stress to you guys at home, especially if you're following the Scorpion, the Sub-Zero, or the Reptile program, is if you notice how I'm programming this, I'm being instinctual with my body. I'm listening to it and says, hey, this body part needs a break. Hey, this body part is ready to go. And in that case, like today, I woke up, hamstring adductor was tight on the left leg. Said, guess what? I'm gonna push it to Saturday. My arms feel good and fresh. I'm freaking ready. And that's why we're training those today. So follow along and I'll show you exactly what I did for this crazy arm pump that I had on a Thursday. Exercise number 1 here, guys, is I'm using the cast handles on the dual cable. Now, do not stress this whatsoever. If you don't have the cast handles, just use D handles. And if you don't have one of these fancy dual cables, just do it inside of a normal cable station. Like John used to call these spongy gripped push downs. So I did 4 warm-up rounds. I was at 20, 20, 18, and 15 before I said, all right, Chaz, I am ready. So I pinned 120 pounds on each one of these cable stacks and I went to failure. I think that was just short of 10 reps. I rested a minute, did a back off with 80, and right out of the gate, I knew today was gonna be an incredible day. All right, rotation number 2, and it's gonna be a tricep. So I'm doing rope push downs anywhere between 12 and 15 reps. Then I'll walk over to the dip machine, 12 to 15 reps, really squeezing the long head of my tricep. So lateral head on the rope push down, long head on the dip. Then I'm gonna go back to the rope and do overhead rope extensions for as many as I can do. So if you notice when I'm doing those overhead rope extensions, I do it as many as I can with my hands apart. And then once I hit failure there, I simply just put the handles of the rope together and finish out until I cannot do 1 full rep. This tricep, it was a kick in the teeth and I absolutely loved it. So Chaz filmed the final 3rd round. I did 2 more preceding, all with the same weight. So I had 80 on the cable stack and then I had 140 on the dip machine. And I kept it there for all 3 rounds and just worked volume of the tricep. Last rotation for triceps is gonna be an incline dumbbell skull crusher. I picked up the 35s and I told Chaz, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get a good set of 10 here. So I did 10 and I wanted it to be a rest pause, so I rested 20 seconds and then 35s, like it was awful. I got 3 and I looked at him and I said, you know what, I'm lowering the weight. So how this looked total, I did 35s for 10, rested 20 seconds, 35s for 3, rested 20 seconds. Then I picked up the 20s, did as many as I could, rested 20 seconds, 20s for as many as I could, and that was the version of the rest pause I ended up doing here. It would have been absolutely pointless to try to do the 35s again. My form was kind of getting a little squirrely on the top end of the first mini set, so I knew if I was trying to go for a 3rd mini set, it was gonna be useless and not good for tricep growth. So that's why I simply just lowered the weight, guys, listened to my body, and allowed that to dictate the finality of my triceps. All right, on to some biceps here. And what better way to start than the old school flex preacher curl, one arm at a time. I normally would do this double arm if I was a normal sized human, but I don't fit in this machine anymore. I guess I gotta thank God for that. So I have to do these one arm at a time, sit sideways in it, and I did 4 warm-up rounds of anywhere between 15 and 20 reps, just getting a feel and a contraction and some blood into my biceps. And then Chaz flipped the camera on. I do as many as I can with my right arm and get 1 forced rep. Then I go right to my left arm, do the exact same thing. So left arm, as many reps as I can, plus 1 forced rep. Then I lower the weight, go back to the right arm with no rest. Failure, go to left arm, failure, done with that exercise. So if you look here, guys, I'm not going all the way down and over exaggerating the stretch here. This is all about contraction and activation of the bicep. Next up, another incredible superset is going to be alternating dumbbell hammer curls, and I'm just doing 1 arm at a time here. I worked up to the 45s for 12 each arm, and God, this felt good. I did 2 sets before it with the 25s and the 35s, so then 45s for my last set here. And then I'm supersetting this with easy bar curls with a 70-pound fixed bar. Now, if you notice, this bar is a little closer than I'd like it to be, but I use it just out of utter convenience today because somebody left way too much weight on the easy bar here and I wasn't gonna unload it and waste time. I was like, let's just pick up the easy bar that are fixed and roll. I ended up getting 12 reps, and those all 12 on the final set with the 70. It tested me. I had to really, really work, and my biceps were screaming pumped after that. Last thing to finish arms for the day here is it's gonna be a normal, just cable easy bar. So I'm back to my normal hand spacing that I love and feel. So you do the normal spacing on the easy bar, and I'm doing as many reps as I can with perfect form. So if you notice, all the way down, up to a hard contraction, and that felt absolutely incredible. Immediately go into a new exercise that I've been tinkering around with. This is the single rope stretch curl. So, you know I love stretch curls with the D handle, but I've been digging these with the rope and doing them 1 arm at a time. It just feels great on my bicep. It's a little bit better of an alignment, to be honest, and puts 0 stress on the shoulder. So I'm just gonna play around with this. It feels great, and who doesn't want more arm thickness? So that way I'm getting 2 hammer curl exercises per arm session. And if you look at the video, I'm stretching out the sleeves of a 4XL GASP shirt. So something's working. I did 2 rounds of that rotation, and arms were done. All right, guys, moving on to some calf work here. When I'm an elite and I do arms, I'm always gonna do donkey calf raises because this is the only gym in town that has the exercise. I work my way up to 225 on the stack, which this one is freaking heavy. I do as many reps as I can, then I lower to 150, do as many reps as I can. If you notice here, I want you to watch the final reps of both 225 and 150. Look how I'm fighting for these. If you need calf growth, this is what your sets should look like. It can't be this fluffy bounce out of the hole, fighting to run away from pain. You need to run to the pain and keep it there. After that drop set, I walk over to the tibia machine and I go to failure. So for me today, that was 20 reps. I did 3 rounds of that little rotation. What a great way to finish the day, right? An appendage pump day. Big arms, big calves. You walk out here and you look good in a t-shirt and shorts on. So if you're about that life in bodybuilding, we all want 20-inch arms and we want over 20-inch calves. So I'm really fortunate to now have both of those achieved. I had 20-inch calves well before I had 20-inch arms. So if you like this video, guys, like, share, subscribe. I cannot thank everyone enough for all the support, buying the programs, watching my videos, sharing them, commenting on them. Like, this is what's building the channel. And when Chaz and I started this, 4 years ago, I never would have dreamed that we would have been this successful. And I know in my heart, like anything else in life, if I continue to work at it, study it, get better, and continue to just be brutally consistent, I have no doubt in my mind the channel will grow bigger and better than ever. So just want to say thank you to everyone, and until next time, Chris, let's see you.